Brennan Johnson, Yilmaz, Bellingham, Gyokeres, Cunha, Lookman, Ndicka, Luca. These are just a few of the players that have been linked to Forest this week. But how does this all tie in? And which ones are real and which ones are just kind of column inches being filled up? And what the hell is Marinakis' plan for this summer? Let's get into all of that. Welcome to FFTV. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to your latest Forest video. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new here as well. And if you want to check out some exclusive content and be part of it for £10 a month, you get exclusive videos over on Patreon. There is one out right now about a huge striker named Osimhen that is being linked to Forest. So if you want to check it out, scan the QR code or click the link that's pinned in the comments. Right, so I've just reeled off to you in the intro there loads of names that have been linked to Forest. I don't even think I mentioned Cunha. I don't think I mentioned Jonathan David. All these players are being linked with Forest. Now, I agree, some of them are BS, but a lot of them have some truth. And I want us to get an understanding and a feel for what I think Marinakis' plan is going to be come the summer. Maybe in the comments down below, let me know what you think. Are we going to see this recruitment strategy that we've seen in the last maybe 12 to 18 months, where he's gone to the likes of the Brazilian league, brought in a Murillo, a Danilo, a Scarpa, whoever it might be, recruited from there to try and increase value but take risk? Or are we going to see the Jesse Lingards of this world being linked with Forest? Or is Marinakis just going to swing his wallet out and be like, you know what, I'm going to buy who I want. And if I want Gyokeres, I'm going to go out and damn well get him. And this is where I want to start with Gyokeres, because there's been some news on him in terms of his links to Forest. And this has come from Pletty Goal, who's over on Twitter, really reputable journalist, kind of tier 1, tier 2 level, in my opinion. And what he said is that Gyokeres has a gentleman's agreement with him and Sporting that he can leave this summer for between 60 and 70 million euros. Fine. But he's added this extra line that says the current and clear trend is that Gyokeres will not join Forest. Okay. Now, we brought this to you on a video a couple of days ago. I'll leave that on the end screen, where we were hearing these kind of rumors and I was refusing to believe that they were going to be true, even though in my heart of hearts, I probably felt we weren't going to get Gyokeres. But the point I want to talk about is that line, will not join Forest. Now, when you first look at it, you think to yourself, oh, man, that hurts a little. You know what I'm saying? Why doesn't he want to join the best club in the world, the best project in the world, and what have you? And then obviously I'm going to get trolled about it. I already have. Oh, look at you, Wolfie. Oh, you thought your club was so big and he's going to end up going to Arsenal or Man City, proper clubs and all this rubbish. Forget all the outside noise for a minute. The fact that Pletty Goal has come out and said will not join Forest tells you what? Forest have been in touch with Gyokeres 100%. Now, I told you, remember in Cunha, we got told in January, no contact, fake news, what have you. From the same people we talked about there was no denial of this Gyokeres thing. And this is something we now need to look at and think to ourselves, okay, so this Gyokeres thing is true, which probably makes what we're hearing about Osimhen true as well. Remember, that video's over on Patreon. And it probably tells you that Marinakis is not messing around if Forest, and when Forest, hopefully, inshallah, qualify for Champions League football this summer. So I expect us throughout this summer to start seeing these bigger names being linked to us with a lot more seriousness. Now, we saw in the previous window, as in the summer just gone, Jimenez being heavily linked with Forest. He's then got moved to Italy. We've then seen Marmoush being heavily linked with Forest, both of these players rejecting Forest, and then he's gone to Man City. So I think Forest scouting and recruitment team are looking at the right profile players. And now what they're doing, they're looking at players who are potentially available in this coming summer transfer window and will be able to be semi-obtainable to Forest. I think what Marinakis is saying to this recruitment team is aim for the stars. If they are available, so for example, someone I'd say is not available would be an Isak, despite what Arsenal fans think. I think he stays at Newcastle. So I don't think Forest are going to go in for an Isak, right, before you lot get too excited. But with a Gyokeres and with an Osimhen, who are technically available and at this end of the shopping list, I think Forest will be going in for these players. Now, do I expect Forest to sign both Osimhen and Gyokeres this summer? No, obviously I don't. If we can get one of them, I'm doing backflips naked, you know what I'm saying? But there will be very, very big competition up for these players because Arsenal need a striker, Chelsea need a striker. I think PSG are thinking about a striker. All these usual suspects still haven't solved this problem of a number 9. So expect these links to happen. Expect them to be true, but don't get too giddy until we see the shirt, raised over the player's head. Now, I just want to go back as well. The other thing I want to talk to you about is these other players that have been linked, because we're also getting to get a feel of the positions that Marinakis, his team, should I say, are looking for when it comes to this summer window. Striker is clearly high on the agenda. Chris Wood, 33 years old. And by the way, there has been another update, I think I saw in The Athletic today, that is not expected to be as bad an injury as feared. And he's going to be checked when he comes back in the next day or so. So exactly what I've been saying to you guys all week. They're just going to check him and scan him and check. But anyway, back to this listing. So if we look at the profile, striker is clearly high on the list for Forest. The other position we're seeing linked is that right wing position. So you've seen the Brennan Johnson link. I don't believe that one, if I'm being honest with you. You've seen the Yilmaz link, another winger who can play there. And then you're seeing, other players like the 10 position and a flary attacking midfielders like Cunha. Again, I'm still not buying that one. And who else is in there? Look, man, I think that'd be a cracking one, by the way, if we got him. And players like that. And Jonathan David, he can play wide, he can play up front. So we're already getting a feel of the profile that Forest are looking for. And what's interesting is there have still been a couple of defender links, including the Indica one that we brought to you either yesterday or the day before. And then in terms of the midfield, though, that's the one I'm worried about, because I'm still not hearing or seeing any links to a 6, right? The closest we've got is to Douglas Luiz. Now, I actually think we get Douglas Luiz this summer, by the way. I think Forest will do a great deal on him. I think we get him on loan for a season with an option to buy. But he's not an out-and-out 6. I'd call him like a deep-lying playmaker for me. And the only other midfielder has been obviously Bellingham. Not Jude Bellingham, his brother Bellingham. Okay, go watch that video if you haven't seen it already. But we still need to be linked to the 6. Now, it's way, way too early right now to be panicking, thinking, oh, we're not going to get a 6 and what have you. Nor am I writing Sangare off, but he's just not been playing, and we're not playing with the 6, and we need a 6 on that pitch. So what am I saying here in a long-winded way is Forest are in for a striker, Forest are in for a right winger, Forest are in for a midfielder and a centre-back. Those so far are the clear positions that Forest are in for. And I think that's about right. I do think we need another left-back. Einar is going to sign. I'm still trusting my sources on that one. I'm not worried at all about. There's an option, I believe, with the club to extend that. But I think we need a backup on the left-hand side because technically Nico Williams is not a left-back. And technically, as much as I think he's probably the most improved player of the season at Champions League level, it'll be interesting to see how he cuts it. It will be interesting to see if we are linked to any left-backs. So overall, those are the positions. The one other position I think we will see recruited as well will be a keeper. probably a backup to Sales. I don't know what's going to happen to Miguel. I think there's talks that he might be going back to Brazil and things like that. So it's going to be a very, very busy summer. And it's going to be fascinating to see how Marinakis lays out this plan. But we are now starting to see the shape of it and expect him to put some big, big money into this. Now, we will break down the PSR stuff as well once Forest hopefully have qualified for the Champions League, because there are different rules that govern European football. I won't bore you guys with it now, but they are important for us to know. Let's get over that kind of finish line first before we do that video. But get your thoughts in down below. I want to know from you guys, where do you think the positions are that Forest will focus on this summer? Are you getting more clues from all the videos we've done this week in terms of these players that have been linked? Or am I like pissing into the wind right here, man? Well, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to check out that Osman transfer video, it's over on Patreon for you guys now. Click on the link that's pinned in the comments. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well if you are new here, and catch up on all the videos from this week. There's so many transfer stories doing the rounds. We'll keep you updated as always. Come on, you Reds.